No, this is not a song. This is soliloquy. 30 years ago, I was a guy living on my own in a efficiency apartment. And I went to Venture. No, not Venture. What was the name of that store? Oh crap! I can't remember the store. Well, they had a Ticketmaster in the back. I can't remember. It was in the mall. Any people in my Quad Cities, it was in the mall. It was in the middle, in every store in North Park and South Park. Well, I can't remember. It's closed now. They went out of business, like every store in the mall. But in the back, they had Ticketmaster. So I went. I bought a $10 ticket from Ticketmaster to a show, to WrestleMania in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Hoosier Dome. First it was called the RCA Dome or whatever the hell it was called. And now it's part of the Indianapolis Convention Center. Okay? So I bought a ticket and then I took most of my whole paycheck, one paycheck, and I went to Indianapolis, Indiana to go to WrestleMania 8. I was like, life is, I don't know if I'm going to die tomorrow. Piss on it. I'm going to go to WrestleMania. I mean, God, WrestleMania was like, well, seeing, sorry, don't hate me. It's like seeing the second coming of Jesus for me at that time. Okay? So, I was like, I took my whole paycheck. I drove to Indianapolis in a, Citation. I drove in a Chevy Citation to Indianapolis. I had license plates that said WWE Fan 7. And I went there. The only thing is, I had no problem finding the Hoosier Dome. I had a problem finding the Motel 6 that I was supposed to stay at, but I found a hotel eventually. Every time I went to Indianapolis, I always had trouble finding the Indianapolis 500. That's weird, but that's okay. But then I went to there, and it was great. I ate pizza. I was a little weird back then. I had 2 full pizzas of nothing but black olives. Don't ask me. I don't know. But then the next day I wanted to go have some food, and then I went to the WrestleMania. Now, usually when I went to a wrestling event, I go in the back and try to see if I find anybody. The wrestlers coming in. I think I might have saw Gorilla Monsoon. I don't know, man. I saw this car and this big old guy with a bald head in the back. I think I might have seen Gorilla Monsoon. So that was kind of cool. And then there was this guy hanging around the parking lot. And he was like, I got tickets. Like, you got a thing in the upper deck? Yeah, I could do. And I had this. Now the thing is, I had this cup. I had this cup that leaked, and Mama was well, your money's wet. I'm like, well, I got an iced tea cup that melted. Like, okay. So, I went from sitting behind a scaffold in the upper deck to sitting in the front row in the upper deck, able to put my feet up and watch WrestleMania. I was cool too. It was so great. Yeah, it was so great. I mean, good Lord, it was great. And then I got to see the best match of that night. The best match of that night, WrestleMania. Sorry, was not the main event. Was not the. Now, let me tell you something. All right, to all these people out there that say the main event is the only event that happens at the end of the night. No. To those people who say that, that's bullshit. Back from 1989 to 1994, there was a double main event. Double main event. One before the intermission. They used to take intermissions, yeah. They used to. They used to take intermissions, but there was a main event before the intermission and a main event at the end of the night. That was a double main event. Okay? Don't give me no bullshit. I lived it, and that's what it is. Now, the best match of the night was, I don't know, a tough one. There's two things I watched in that main event. It was Roddy Piper, the Intercontinental Champion, who won the title against the Mountie, who beat Bret the Hitman Hart, who had a 110-degree temperature. Roddy Piper was the champion against Bret the Hitman Hart. Two good guys fighting each other. And they were fighting back and forth, and then the referee, they did a ref bump. The referee got knocked out. Roddy Piper went out and got the ring bell. He was going to hit Bret Hart against the head. And everybody was booing, no, and I was doing, do it! Hit that grease ball. But he threw it away. And then he put Bret Hart in the sleeper hold. Bret Hart flipped the ropes and pinned him 1, 2, 3. The only time Piper was ever pinned in the WWE, I was there. And then in the first main event, it was the Macho Man Randy Savage against the World WWE Champion Ric Flair. Now Ric Flair lost $5,000 by going like this, or by going like this, or by going like this. He lost $5,000 by going like this. He bladed himself. Back in the day, with, oh my God, you can't do that, that's bad. What a crock of crap. We all knew they were doing steroids and cocaine and crap. You find him money for doing like this? What, they've been doing that for, people doing that for 20, 30 years? Give me a crap. But the Macho Man won on a small package with a handful of tights. Miss Elizabeth was there. She came down to ringside, and all these executives were trying to get her away from the ring. One of the executives was Shane McMahon. That was kind of cool. I didn't know that until years later. That was cool. The opening bout of the night was Shawn Michaels against Tito Santana. Bobby the Brain Heenan. Now, Reba McEntire who sang God Bless America. He goes, that's his sister, Reba McEntire. God bless Bobby the Brain Heenan. Yeah, and then you had Tatanka versus Rick Martel. You had Skinner versus Owen Hart. That only lasted a minute. First, Skinner, really crazy guy. He spit chew right in Owen Hart's face, but Owen Hart beat him in less than a minute. I had a little thing there. What else was there? Oh, and you had the Natural Disasters beating they beat the champions, Money Incorporated, by a count out. Money Incorporated walk out. Trying to think of the other matches that nobody cared. And then the last match of the night was Stone Cold. It was Sid Justice versus Hulk Hogan. And Harvey Whippleman was in Sid Justice's corner, and Hulk Hogan fight. And the thing is that Sid Justice became the first man ever accidentally to kick out of Hulk Hogan's leg drop. Because Papa Shango, aka Curtis, whatever the hell his name is, the guy that later became the Godfather, yeah. Ooh, it's time to ride the whole train. He came down late, so they had to improvise, and so Sid Justice ended up becoming, Sid Vicious ended up becoming the first guy ever get out of the leg drop, which is, really nothing. Leg drop actually hurt Hulk Hogan more than it did the other guy. And then Hulk Hogan, and then Sid Vicious, Papa Shango, and Harvey Whipple got, just like the biggest thrill of his life, just by being a dumbass there. Started, triple teaming Hulk Hogan, and guess who comes out? The Ultimate Warrior, out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Hey! Everybody said this is a different Ultimate Warrior. Well, he was a little slimmed down. Maybe he got off steroids a little bit. Ultimate Warrior got suspended 6 months ago for trying to, well, not trying, but he actually bitch slapped Vince McMahon out of $500,000. And then another match was, it was a 8-man tag match. Oh, jeez. Let's see. It was Jim Duggan, Boss Man, Virgil. I can't remember the other guy. Against the Nasty Boys, the Mountie, and yeah, I can't remember the other guy either. But the guest ring announcer was Ray Combs from Family Feud. It was the funniest damn thing ever. You're watching on YouTube. It's the greatest thing. So this is a preview of my. Somehow I'm going to have to show you all my pictures. I was there. I mean, it wasn't that hard because most tickets were not sold out. This is when wrestling was starting on the downslide. Hulk Hogan was, going to leave because of a steroid suspension. Oh, he was retiring. This was his last match. So, that's what it was. But, you know what? I did it. I did what people say I should have done. But I still did it. I drove to Indianapolis, barely making minimum wage, and I drove back without killing my car or anything. I could have had a fourth row seat, but I kept my head and said, no, I'm fine. Front row's fine with me. Front row upper deck, fine with me. God, those are the days. Who am I kidding? Those days suck too. But that day kicked ass. I went to WrestleMania. And some wrestling fans can never, ever say that. Ever. Thank you. Thank you much.